If you guys are looking for some fast, cheap and reliable coins, go check out buycheapfifacoins.com and use discount code Curtis for 5% off. They're the cheapest and most reliable place around. What's up guys, Curtis here and welcome to the third episode of the FIFA 15 Southampton career mode. I quickly want to take a second to say thank you guys so much for the incredible support on the first two episodes. I absolutely cannot believe it. I did not think you guys would enjoy career mode this much, but you have blown it out of the water. So I'm going to set the target again, guys. If we can hit 400 likes today, that would be absolutely amazing. If we do so, I will upload another episode of career mode tomorrow instead of the 2-day gap. So without any further ado, if you could leave a like, that'd be great. Subscribe to the channel as well if it is your first time around here. So we are going to get straight stuck into it with the first game of this episode. This is a transfer deadline day special. So I was simming all the games up until transfer deadline day. Trust me, as soon as deadline day ends, I literally play every single game, so that's not something you have to worry about. But as you'll see on the screen, we had the usual 4-3-1-2. We had Gardos had to play right back, so he still hadn't managed to pick up a good enough right back yet. And we had Chikawi and Long up front with Tadic behind him, Ward-Prowse, Schneiderlin, Wanyama, and then a back four of Gardos, Balanta, Bassong, and Bertrand. Now we got into the 60th minute, nothing had happened. Rodriguez had come on for Chikawi, and they actually scored with Claudio Jacob. Pella did actually pull one back, which was great from the bench there, but actually ended 1-1 against West Brom. Not the worst results, I guess, considering it was being simmed. But, yeah, so we go in and pick up a left-back there, Milton Casco. And we also pick up Hector Bellerin, as we said in the last episode, as a bit of a youngster. We also pick up the very young Ben Purrington, who I think grows to like a 78. He's not going to be one of the best, but he will be good for cups and also useful to have as a backup player. Then we go ahead and put an offer in for Gideon Zelalem. This was the time where all of the player... I recorded this when all the player potentials hadn't been released other than a shortlist by EA, and I saw Zelalem had great potential. And then we also tried to palm off Yoshida because, as we said in the previous episode, we had so many centre-back sales, so many centre-backs coming in even, so I wanted to kind of clear some out. So I basically offered the last of my budget for Gideon Zelalem, but I was expecting to sell more players. So I do offer the last of my budget here, but we do have more players coming in, going out after him, so that we can bring more in even. So you'll see there, obviously, we sell my Yoshida. I want to try and get 1.4 mil. That's his value. I kept trying to push it and push it and push it, and I think eventually they do go ahead and go for it. But Gideon Zelalem here, you see, we only have to offer him at 3k a week, and for someone that I think goes to like 83, 84, that's definitely worth it for me, considering 1.3 mil. It will be worth it in the long run. So we go and accept him here, and we sign him up. Now, I did actually buy a couple Arsenal players. You would have seen Bellerin, you'd have seen Zelalem. We pick up Sierra in a minute, which I'll explain. But also Gnabry comes in shortly on... I believe it's on a loan, and I did this because I knew they had high potential, and I didn't really know of many other players. Obviously, I knew Arsenal players with good potential, so I picked them up. But as you see there, Yoshida went for 1.4 mil, would have been very useful, will be very useful in our transfer budgets. We go into the next game up against West Ham, and for some reason I still had Fakobo as the right back. I hadn't switched it up, but I think Bertrand, I ended up playing him there eventually, but Casco was in our left back, and that was basically the only change, and Casco scored on his debut. Absolutely brilliant there, made it 1-1 against West Ham. And I was a little bit worried because simming away it can be very tricky, and Kuyate does give them the lead in the 55th minute. Jenkinson comes on for them, but I accidentally skipped to the end, and Chikawi scored a 76th minute equaliser, which can be very happy with. Two new signings there getting involved in it all. So we also pick up this Jose Luis Sierra. He's a 53 rated player, I know, 300k, but he goes up to like 80. He has incredible growth, so he's one of the highest growing players in the game. So I thought I'd go ahead and risk it. And then you'll see here we put in a bid for Gnabry. It took me about an hour to actually work out what I needed to be offering him. But I eventually did so, and it took me so long to do it. But I also think I offered like a really low player as well for him. I want to say, yeah, it is Grove. So for me, that would have been a good deal because obviously Gnabry again has a really high potential, and I just thought it'd be really, really good. But they actually rejected the first one, and I then decided that I didn't really want Mayuka. I had enough strikers now. I had a couple like options there, and I think I offered 200k. And Mayuka, there we go. So I would have been happy for Mayuka to go in exchange of picking up Serge Gnabry, because we have so many players that can play striker, and also we even have like Rodriguez, who's a left mid that we can also play there. So The Serge Gnabry wage original one was declined, but we went and put this next one in because there was only like 3 hours left of the window. I just wanted to get him picked up. 30k a week, 4-year deal. Quite a lot of wages for a 19-year-old, but I think in the long run he will end up being worth it. And this is the last deal we pick up in this transfer window, if I'm correct. I'm pretty sure the time runs out just after this one, but I'm not going to end it there. We will actually still have one more simmed game. But oh no, we actually managed to pick up Zivkovic on loan somehow. Right in the last second, we swoop in for Richardo Zivkovic on a crazy last-second loan deal, 3k. I thought, why not? It literally is just in case of emergency, just in case I suddenly need to pick up a striker. Just in case for some reason something mad happens to like Pella, Chikawi, Long, and I don't know, I want to keep playing 2 strikers. But as we go into this cup game, we have the 4-3-1-2. We have Bertrand, Besson, Gardos, Bellerin, Ward-Prowse, Cork, Schneiderlin, Ramirez, Pella, and Rodriguez. So it's a bit of a weaker one compared to the usual one. I've obviously bought in Bellerin, so I don't want to be risking any more right backs. And Bertrand is kind of the second choice left back now, so he was in. Gardos is not a starting centre back. Tyder, Cork, Ward-Prowse, not the usual 3, and then obviously Ramirez doesn't play that often, and then Rodriguez and Pella. It was kind of open to interpretation, but I was looking forward to the Capital One Cup this year. I felt like we had a quite an important job ahead, and I did want to go far in this. This is something I wanted to try and get a decent length. So after a few games, I do plan on actually playing a more serious team if we make it that far. But as you see, Cork and Tyder, 2 of the central midfielders, managed to pick up a goal, and that was actually how it ends. It ends with a nice, solid 2-0 win. Just exactly what we want. And that, guys, is the end of this episode. I hope you did enjoy it. Remember, if you could leave a like, that would be absolutely fantastic, guys. Please continue to show this incredible support. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.